The Aussie Report. News and information concerning corruption across Australia. G'day folks, and welcome to the Aussie Report. This is titled Asio Chief Says Foreign Spies Trying to Deceptively Cultivate Australian Politicians at Every Level. Written by Daniel Hurst and posted in October 2020 on The Guardian. The head of Asio, Mike Burgess, tells committee more spies operate in country now than at the height of the Cold War. So let's take a listen.
Fronting a Senate Estimates Committee hearing, Burgess reaffirmed his previous warnings that there were more foreign spies and proxies currently operating in Australia than at the height of the Cold War. The Home Affairs Minister, Peter Dutton, said earlier this year that the nations included China, Iran and Russia. Burgess said almost any sector, including the political class, was a potential target of foreign interference. In the coming weeks I will write to all Commonwealth parliamentarians to warn they are attractive targets for those trying to steal our secrets and manipulate our decision-making, Burgess said. Asio will continue to engage with the states and territories to ensure they understand the threat and what they can do about it. Council members were sometimes targeted because aspiring leaders may start out in local government and before working their way up to state and federal politics. The independent Senator Rex Patrick asked whether the cultivation efforts took the form of wining and dining politicians and providing them with hospitality and gifts and political donations. Burgess said some or all of those tactics may be used, but it could be simply developing a relationship with them and being helpful without declaring those attempts were being done at the direction of a foreign power. He said foreign intelligence services were adept at understanding how far they had progressed in the cultivation process. During the appearance before the Legal Affairs Committee, Burgess was asked what safeguards Asio had put in place to manage the reputation of his organisation against any perceived partisanship, given the sensitivity of investigations involving politicians. Burgess said Asio met with members of Parliament from time to have conversations about some of their associations and just draw their attention to potential problems, so we don't let them fall into a trap. Of course, we're not all seeing and all knowing, so sometimes we might get to a point where we come across it too late, but through the Counter Foreign Interference Task Force our actions are to try and get to it as early as possible. If investigations involved a politician, Asio would brief the leader of that particular party. I don't brief my minister, Dutton, when it relates to politicians, Burgess said. The Labor Senator Kim Carr confronted Burgess over the presence of media during the Muzzleman raids in June. Burgess said he had referred the matter to the head of security at Asio and had assured himself that if there was a leak, it did not come from my organisation. Earlier on Tuesday, the Australian Federal Police said it was concerned that this matter was ventilated through the media and its Professional Standards Command was investigating whether anyone in the Federal Police was responsible. While foreign interference investigations are usually shrouded in secrecy, some of the details are known because of a High Court challenge brought by John Zhang, a part-time staffer to Muzzleman. Zhang denies wrongdoing and is contesting the warrants that were used to search his property in late June. Documents submitted in that challenge suggest authorities are investigating whether Zhang and others used a private social media chat group and other fora with the MP in order to advance the interests and policy goals of the Chinese government in Australia. China's foreign ministry last month hit back at the malicious slander that its consular officials in Australia may have been involved in infiltrating domestic politics, following reports Australian authorities may have accessed Zhang's communications with Chinese diplomats and consular officials. At the hearing on Tuesday, the Australian Federal Police Commissioner, Rhys Kershaw, underlined the complexity and sensitivity of this investigation, jointly carried out with Asio. In that particular matter, we have a High Court challenge, we have parliamentary privilege, we have journalist privilege, we have consular and diplomatic privilege, Kershaw said. These are going to be fought through the court systems at a level that's unprecedented, so we have to make sure that everything is done with that view in mind. Burgess defended proposed changes to Asio's powers after Guardian Australia reported on lawyers' concerns that journalists and advocacy groups could face compulsory questioning.
Well, let me know what you think in the comments below. Please like, share, follow, and all that good stuff, and I'll catch you all on the next episode.
You could try to play, but you're never gonna beat me. Look the other way, what I'm doing ain't easy. Bloody hands stained from the people who deceive me. Muddy hands break through the chains, go free me.